Frank Reviews, and this is Frank Reviews!
Reviews!
Today we have a very special edition to Frank Reviews!
Reviews!
And that is the Game Duel! Today's duel will be between Wolfenstein 3D and Wolfenstein 2010! So let's get to it because my reviews are fast-paced and in your face! Wolfenstein 3D was the first 3D game ever made, and it was made sometime after 1984. No one knows for sure when it was actually created, but it revolutionized the way people looked at video games. Literally! However, it can hold no match to its superior sequel, Wolfenstein 2010. Coming out sometime after 2005, Wolfenstein 2010 uses 3D graphics as well, only better than Wolfenstein 3D does. I mean, seriously, wouldn't you think the game that has 3D in the title would look better in 3D? Looks like the developers really dropped the ball. With that, let's look at the first of the 5 standards of gaming: graphics! We will go with age before beauty with this one and look at Wolfenstein 3D first. As you can see, the textures are of massive pixels and the environments don't look realistic at all. I mean, look at that! Blue walls? Why would they paint walls blue like that? It's just downright bogus. Talking about bogus, look at the real estate the HUD takes. That means heads-up display. Not only does it look like someone vomited pixels all over my face, but it takes up about half the screen. Wolfenstein 3D, more like heads-up display 3D. Going back to the blue brick walls, what happened? Are we in an igloo? Why are the bricks blue? When have you ever seen brick walls that pixelated and that blue? I'm getting a cold shoulder just looking at these walls! Oh, and this is Rich. Get psyched? Get psyched for what? Bad graphics? No thanks. Wolfenstein 3D gets a 1 out of 5. On the other hand, look at this work of beauty and art. Wolfenstein 2010 completely buries and dances on the grave of Wolfenstein 3D. I don't see any blue walls or a pixelated barf storm here. I just see a game made by developers who knew what they were doing. 5 out of 5 goes to Wolfenstein 2010. Now let's move over to the next standard of gaming: blood! It would not only be a compliment, but a fact to say that the blood in Wolfenstein 3D is a joke. Sure, yeah, there's some blood, but I've seen a cherry soda that looks more convincing. But bonus points goes to using that ugly HUD to display more blood, but minus points due to the fact that no one ever gets a bloody nose from being shot in the gut. Wolfenstein 3D gets a 3 out of 5. Check that out! Blood galore! There's even exploding body parts, damage on people, the works! Look at that! 1 leg, 1 arm, no head? That is what real gaming is about! Looks like these guys lost their heads. Literally! Dick shot! Even the screen gets covered in blood! Wolfenstein 2010 takes the cake and the 5 out of 5 prize! Bring on the explosions! Wolfenstein 3D makes this part easy by not even having explosions in their game! They blatantly ignored one of the 5 standards of gaming. What? Did they spend all of their pixel budget on blue walls? 0 out of 5! Wolfenstein 2010, however, explodes all over the place and all over your face. 5 out of 5 for these explosive explosions. Can you hear me? Because it's time to hear the sights and see the sound! Hear that? That's what we call 8-bit garbage. I don't know if you have a calendar Wolfenstein 3D, but the year is 2010 and those sounds just won't pass. However, this game does have sound, so I guess it can actually get some sort of score. 1 out of 5! Now that is what I call sound. In fact, it is so great that I almost forgot how awful Wolfenstein 3D sound was. Sounds like Wolfenstein 2010 deserves a 5 out of 5. Now finally, we come to one of the most important standards of gaming. Cinematics! You can't have a good game without good cinematics, and surprise, surprise, Wolfenstein 3D doesn't have any cinematics at all. I don't think you have to read between these lines to get what I'm saying. I can't even give an A for effort when the developers didn't even try. 0 out of 5. Wolfenstein 2010 knows how to put on a show and then some. Look at that action! The adventure! And most importantly, the combination of all 5 standards of gaming into one package. Graphics! Blood! Explosions! And great sound, all in a cinematic. It's like sugar to my eyes and teardrops to my ears. Another 5 out of 5. Now, let's go to the scorecard! First, we have Wolfenstein 3D. In graphics, it received a pitiful yet deserving 1 out of 5. In blood, it fared a little bit better, but still, only an average 3 out of 5. Explosions were a no-show, so the score is a no-go with a 0 out of 5. Sound that made my ears rupture with tears received a 1 out of 5, and the absence of cinematics landed this big flopper a 0 out of 5. All of this means is that Wolfenstein 3D stunk up the place with an overall score of 1 out of 5. Wolfenstein 2010, on the other hand, showed us that games can be pretty and was rewarded with a 5 out of 5. Likewise, the blood gleamed with the crimson tide and I surfed in the Red Sea, giving this game a 5 out of 5. Explosions knocked my tube socks right off, and that's hard to do. For such a great feat of strength, I had to award a 5 out of 5. The sound was crystal clear and a treat to hear, landing a 5 out of 5. Finally, the cinematics blew me away by going up and beyond, by combining all the standards of gaming and landing one well-deserved 5 out of 5. It doesn't take an Albert Einstein mathematician to figure out that Wolfenstein 2010 landed a perfect score of 5 out of 5 overall. Needless to say, Wolfenstein 2010 utterly dominated Wolfenstein 3D. Looks like the developers of the losing game need to go back to the drawing board and learn a thing or two about their opponent. That does it for this review. This is Frank Reviews with Frank Reviews, and I'll see you around the corner.